Right, well, welcome along. This is going to be a video journal of my conversion of a Volkswagen Transporter high top. It's a factory long wheelbase high top, quite a rare one really. They didn't really make many from the factory for long wheelbase high tops, so I was quite lucky to get hold of this one. Very basic inside, nothing inside at all at the moment. It does have the overhead storage area there. It's just got the standard double seats at the front. With that, mileage 176,000, so that's not too bad considering it's nearly 20 years old. So it's a 99 plate, this one, so it's just around 10,000 miles a year, something like that. So it's nothing that's really been abused or anything like that. I've only done one conversion before in the past. I've done a tin top. I'll show you that one there. That's one I did last year. I'll show you inside that one in a bit, but because the tin top, I'm quite tall, so I thought with a high top coming up and it was relatively cheap, I thought I might as well go for that. I know they're not quite as attractive on the road, but practicality wise I'm actually stood up pretty much straight in here, so there's no way I'd be able to do this in a tin top or anything like that. So today, the very first job, I've already unscrewed all of the plies. I've just left one screw in each one just to make sure they don't fall off, but this van's declared off the road, so it's not going to be going anywhere until pretty much the conversion's done. The first job I did on the last one was using foil tape and just lining the entire walls all the way along, and I did that before putting any insulation inside, so I'm going to do the same this time. I'll film a bit. I'll probably either speed it up or just cut to areas that I've already completed. I'll be doing it like thatch roofing really, where I'll be starting at the bottom, ever so slightly overlaying on each layer that I do. And we'll see how we go. It should probably take me a couple of hours, maybe a bit more with the high top as well, because I'm going to do the entire van completely, a full layer of the foil insulation, foil lining, before I add any insulation. That's the rolls I got. It's the super wide ones. It's pointless getting the 48mm ones or whatever they are. You might as well get the 96, and then you're doing half the work as you would be if you had the thinner rolls. So I'm going to take the panels off, start stripping all the bits out, and start applying the foil, and we'll see how we get on. Clean the channels out with a hoover, bit of screwdriver just to scrape it all out. All this I'll just wipe down, that's accessible, but down in the channel's really awkward, so hoover it all out, makes life a lot easier. Yeah, that's all the panels all wiped down, clean, ready to go. Nice clean surfaces for the tape to stick to. So just a bit of warm soapy water and then a wipe down afterwards with some kitchen roll, and they're all nice and clean. So let's get cracking with the tape. Well, that's a quarter of the way there if you've just got a tin top, but obviously I've got a high top, so I haven't finished yet. But that's what one of my quarter panels looks like once done. As I completely lined, each layer overlaps the layer beneath it, going all the way down to the base. I don't really go much into the channel because obviously the boards still need to sit back into there. But other than that, the actual heat that reflects off the foil itself's ridiculous. When you compare the temperature of a side that hasn't been foiled and one with the foil tape on, it's definitely hotter on the foil. So once the insulation's in as well, it's only going to keep the van even warmer in the winter. But I've been away in both winter and summer, and it doesn't make it stupidly hot in the summer either, so I'm going to crack on. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that quarter panel compared to the one next to it with no tape on. So I'm going to crack on, get the rest of this side done, and I mean that one's only taken me about 15 minutes if that. Most time consuming bit's actually getting the backing off the tape every time on every strip, so I shall crack on and I'll show you the progress. Well, that's that side pretty much all done now. I've done most of the high top up to roof level as well. All the side panels are all foiled in. I've done both sides and round the wheel arch. I do find that adding the foil does add a bit of a sound deadening effect to it as well. I found that with the last van that I did anyway, because I was using the van at the same time as converting it, and I was driving it as a plain panel van with nothing. After I'd lined just the foil line, I was sure the actual it seemed a bit quieter inside the van, so I put that down to the foil lining as well. So as you say, I haven't done the main pillars or going across there yet. I'm still probably going to be running some cables in and around there, and once I fill these panels in with the Celotex insulation, then I'll go across the pillars to hold the Celotex in place, and by then I'll have all the cabling, or roughly some of the cabling, in place as well. So then that'll be okay to go ahead. So as I say, that's one side completely done, apart from a bit of the roof obviously, but now I've just got the other side to go. So I've got to get that panel off. There's only a couple of retaining screws holding that panel back in. Thankfully this is a sliding door panel, so it's not quite so big, but still plenty to do. So I'm going to crack on and start on the other side, and we'll see how far we get. Now I'm getting there with the roof. I'm about 2/3 of the way down now. I've just got past the light, so I've only got that section left to go. Then I've got that side panel, and then I'm all done. So I'm just going to apply a few pre-prepared strips. I say the longest, most time-consuming part is generally getting the backing paper off the tape. So always line it up, do a little dab, and then just stretch it along. Running it along the line that you want it to follow. And flatten the rest out. Obviously the longer strip you can do, the less it takes, but it can be a bit more awkward when you're going around curves and the supporting battens in the roof and stuff like that. But if you take your time, just go slow. It's easy correct foil. Peel it back, just put a crease in it if it's going off track, and just get it back online. I try and get big strips stuck in one go. So just fold it round the sides. Doesn't matter if there's creases or anything like that, because all of this is still going to have loads of insulation, and then a roof lining on top of that as well. This is just to help in a bit of sound deadening and a bit of foil, like heat reflection as well. Try and keep the heat into the van as much as possible. And so on and so forth. So that's just the bits I've been putting up there. That's it. I'm not fussed at all about any creases or anything in the foil. All of that's going to be covered over with insulation, and then headlining, stuff like that as well. So I've got all that side done. Not much left of the roof, and just that panel and behind the sliding door. I'll pick it up in a bit. And I'm finally done. It's taken probably about 4.5–5 hours in total. The tin top, the first van I did, probably only took me half the time maybe, but I didn't foil the roof on the tin top. I just left that as it was and just insulated behind it, so the roof's probably where all the extra times went. It's taken 3 extra wide rolls of the foil tape. So that's all that's left of the third roll, so not a lot. But yeah, it's done the job. It's all ready for normal installation now. I've left gaps around all of the holes for the sliding door rail, so if that ever needs to come off, it's got easy access. They're not hidden behind any of the foil or anything like that. But yeah, all of the cavities all foil lined all the way around the wheel arches as well. And as I said, it does add a bit of a sound deadening effect as well. The only bit left to do now is inside the bottom of the sliding door, but I'll take care of that when I take the door off to fit the top window. So yeah, other than that, it's all done. High top, all foiled, ready to go. Could cook a jacket potato in here quite easily soon. But once the installation's in, it'll be fine. So yeah, installation's going to be the next job. I'll probably be starting on that tomorrow. I haven't got all the supplies in for that yet. I didn't know how long this was going to take me, so I shall crack on with the installation tomorrow. So feel free to have a look at my YouTube channel. I'll upload a video of the installation job and each of the job after that as well. Try and document as much as I can as far as I go. See, that's the other side there. It's all lined behind the ply. Did that one yesterday, so that's enough for the day. Little top tip as well, just before I go: if you need to smooth any of the foil down, just use a bit of backing and then just rub that along those seams, because some of the joins can be a little bit sharp, especially if you've got any crumples or anything like that. So just use a bit of backing, go across all the seams, make sure it's all stuck down nice and tightly, and you don't cut yourself up. So yeah, have a look at my channel. I'll cover the installation next, and we'll see what job's going to be after that one.